Today on WSRH Extra, we take a look at the ASL show.
Also, we check out Boynton Beach High School's second time hosting a community clinic.
Plus, how a fire has affected a student here at the Ridge. WSRH Extra starts now. Welcome to this episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Jadelyn.
And I'm Jonathan Alvarez. A devastating tragedy has a fellow Hawk, Bryce Sabinson, moving forward from the ruins to a new hope. WSRH Extra reporter Evan Upson has a story.
Everyone has a story, whether it's what makes you stronger or tears you down. It's what makes you who you are. Bryce Sabinson, a senior at SeminoleRidge High School, had what most would consider a tragedy happen to him.
It's really humbled me having everything just gone so quickly, but it's really showed me who means the most in my life and who cares about me a lot.
On April 13th, Bryce had a house fire that for most seniors looking to move on from high school would halt that goal. But due to his optimism and perseverance, Bryce is able to look past this.
Keeping a positive outlook and just looking towards my future, because this is just a small little bump, but it's easy to get through, it's not a problem.
However, Bryce hasn't had to go through this alone. Bryce's best friend, Ben, has been right by his side through it all.
I figured I've known him for a long time. He's one of my good friends, so I figured I'd take him in.
But their friendship goes further than this. Ben and Bryce share a special bond through JRTC and eventually the military.
Bryce and I have been in leadership positions throughout our RTC career.
It's probably just the call to serve in aviation and just the brotherhood and camaraderie that the military in general holds.
Through everything Bryce has experienced, it's a wonder how he's able to keep such high spirit. Although Bryce's house may have burnt down, people here at SeminoleRidge High are what are propelling Bryce to a bigger and brighter future. For WSRH Extra, I'm Evan Upson.
An annual clinic at Boynton Beach High School helps several members of the community. WSRH Extra reporter Aria Bass has the story.
Boynton Beach High School held an event to bring their classroom skills to life. The community clinic is an opportunity to get many people out of their comfort zones.
The adult ed students are getting a lot of good information that they need for health, and the students here are getting an opportunity to work on their communication skills with the community.
Not only do the medical students get practice out of it, the public does too.
The whole medical academy got involved in this health fair, and they're so excited. There was over 50 students.
It tells you how many liters per minute of air you can expel out of your lungs. So what you do is you get one of these, you clip it on like so, you put your whole mouth around the lid, you make sure your fingers aren't covering this way for the little tube to go up and down, and you blow in it as hard as you can, and it reads.
The students demonstrate skills in different stations that calls for different situations they might get in.
Thought, let me tap into this awesome resource that we have here at Boynton High and grab our medical students and get them to bring some of that information to our adults.
The students get hands-on education through their medical academy. Keep your blood pressure low or you'll end up like him. For WSRH Extra, I'm Aria Bass.
The Seminole Ridge American Sign Language Department holds an annual show to expose others to new ideas through sign language. WSRH Extra reporter Caitlin Hardigan has the story.
Oh, it was unbelievably awesome.
Mrs. M's passion for teaching her students ASL influences her to try and involve them in the deaf world. And because of that, she puts on the ASL show every year.
We had more songs that we sang, and there were so many more people going to the show. We had over 300 people in the audience. It improved the singing skills, it improved the performances, and I see that the glow in their eyes when they know they can do it, and it makes every student feel so much self-esteem for themselves. That's like, okay, but
I heard the spring football game's coming up.
Yeah, I wonder how they're preparing.
For those stories and more, we go to WSRH sports anchor Anthony Bowie.
Hi, Anthony.
To our adults.
Hey guys, we have a couple things here in sports. Some people go through a lot, but this one specific flag football coach has literally been through it all. Jadelyn Simpson has more on that story.
Break down in front of him.
When met with a difficult challenge, most crack under pressure. Over 10 years, Tim Ashurst chose to face it head-on with a smile.
In the last 10 years, I've had a heart attack in 2008, breast cancer in 2012, back surgery in 2015. In 2017, I was hit by a forklift and had to have emergency neck surgery.
Through everything Tim has experienced, each struggle has taught him a valuable lesson.
Looking back, some people may say you've got to be the unluckiest individual that's ever walked the face of this earth. And I look back and I say I have to be the luckiest.
When an individual goes through challenges such as these, their family is there to keep them standing.
When somebody is your rock, it's very difficult to watch them weak and have to take care of them and not know what's going to happen on the other end.
Seeing her husband at this state, Debbie was still standing at his side through thick and thin.
Just really support him. There was nothing we can do. He didn't want too much help from anybody. He went to work every day. He coached football every night. And he never let anybody know how sick he was.
For others going through hard times, Tim believes his words of wisdom will help one overcome those difficulties.
For people that may be going through heart disease, heart attack, and cancer, do not look at it as a disease. Look at it as a eye-opening blessing. That is the only way to look through any type of a sickness or disease.
In the end, Tim remembers one thing that still drives him to this day.
One thing that gives me the strive that I need to get through my day-to-day is knowing it can't beat me.
For WSRH Extra, I'm Caitlin Simpson.
Parents have a huge hand in the making of student athletes, but do some take it too far? That's the question WSRH Extra reporter Kevin McCarthy is answering.
Good morning. I'm Kevin McCarthy. Although growing up as kids, we loved playing sports and enjoyed playing in the Little Leagues, there was always someone that would keep screaming from the crowd when you would mess up, run a touchdown, or even make a shot. Your parents. Yes, we love them, and we are glad they came to each and every one of our games. But one thing that annoyed every child at their game was when their dad would start screaming at the refs, saying nasty comments, or even when our moms would start yelling at the other sidelines to control their children and learn how to be a good parent while saying some other vulgar words in exchange. While some parents are inspiration to strive for greatness, others don't realize when they take in parenting too far. They lose sight of what they wanted for their kid and are now forcing their child to do something and become something they don't want to be. The reasoning behind the parents' quote, motivation, is to innocently inspire their children. Some even want to make up for their failed athletic careers back in the day. Regardless, this is very well known to have the opposite effect. Is it a smart idea to push your child over their limits when it comes to sports and pushing for scholarships? Studies show it is not healthy for children to be overworked and overstretched during young ages and during puberty. It could cause a change in attitude and potentially lead to a separation in the family. There are other ways to motivate the youth in a more productive way. It is time to change in the way we teach, the way we inspire, and the way we coach this next generation. For Student Television Network, I'm Kevin McCarthy.
Football season is coming up pretty fast, and the team here at the Ridge is trying to pick up the ball with their new coach, Rick Casko. Carly Swanson has more on the story.
As the school year comes to an end, spring football is coming to a start.
I've been very impressed with the kids' work ethic, though. They're a good bunch. They're excited. I think the numbers are gone up already. It's a little scary. I think we're up in signatures to sign to play spring football might be 120 kids. So the numbers are way up. The meeting has been great. The parental involvement at our meetings have been great.
With Coach Parsons stepping down, Coach Rick Casko is stepping in, attempting to rebuild a new team with the new coaches and players.
The transition was hard, having to switch totally different coaching staffs and different styles of coaching. It's gonna be a tough season, having to pretty much learn everything up from start to bottom.
This will not be an easy task for the players nor Coach Casko. but everyone is looking forward to the season.
We're growing, and there's still a lot of development needed to, adapt and adjust. So, yeah, just need to give it more time.
We wish the best of luck to the coming spring and fall seasons. For WSRH Extra, I'm Carly Swanson.
We hope that the football team has a successful new season with their coaching staff. Well, that's it for WSRH Sports. I'm Anthony Bowie. Back to you, John and Jadelyn.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, that's it for this episode of WSRH Extra. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at SeminoleRidgeTV. I'm Jadelyn Bruce.
And I'm Jonathan Alvarez. Make sure to tune in next time for a special senior show.